My name is Nancy Farrow, also known as Mama Lou, and I'm the founder of Epic Experience. Epic Experience mission is to empower adult cancer survivors and thrivers to live beyond cancer. I hope that as you listen to Campfires of Hope, Living Beyond Cancer, you find hope, healing, and empowerment. Through stories and education, we aim to guide those impacted by cancer, and more importantly, offer love and support to anyone out there who needs it. This is Beyond Cancer.
Further times dance through the night with the ghosts of America's spine. Well, he's still on our side, the family man's pride, and hopes we will rise once again.
Hello, everyone. This is Gail, aka Sunshine. Today we have Janna Jones joining us around the campfire. Jana, it is so good to see you again, or you guys can't see her. I can see her. I got to share a week with Jana this winter at camp, so it is a pleasure to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here with you and your listeners.
Awesome. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and please include one fun fact.
Sure. Like you said, my name is Janna Jones, but I did become Star Shine during the camp in February. I live in San Diego, California. I have 3 kids, 2 boys. Devin is 22, Alex is 20, and my daughter Brooke is 18. I just celebrated my 28th anniversary to my husband, Doug. We went to Hawaii.
Congratulations. Oh, how
Thank
wonderful.
you. Oh my gosh, it's such a magical place. So my husband and I, we have an auto repair shop. And so he works at the shop day in and day out. And then I work from the house. I do the paperwork and the marketing and stuff. Yeah. And the fun fact that I thought of is something that during camp, everybody had a big deal about. I used to have a snake named Rosie.
Yes, I remember Rosie.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. Some people definitely don't like snakes and don't want to talk about snakes like Mama Lou.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to take her for walks daily.
Oh my God.
Or slithers outside.
Slithers, yeah, I suppose. On a leash?
No, free.
She would just...
Yeah. She would just scoot around and I would follow her.
That is a first. I do not think we've had anyone with pet snake. So congratulations.
Yeah. Nice.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself, specifically your diagnosis story. When were you diagnosed? How did it come about? Your treatment, all of that.
Sure. Well, 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 2B melanoma skin cancer. I had an ulcerated beauty mark on my side. And unfortunately, I had it for 2 months. I just didn't think it was anything but dry skin. So I just put ointment on it and a Band-Aid and I just left it. And then at a routine doctor's appointment, I asked my doctor to, hey, can you look at this? And she was like, wow, okay, let's take a picture. Let's get called derm. Yeah. And when I went to derm, I'm looking at the posters on the wall and I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks just like my beauty mark. So I kind of knew then. Yeah. And just a couple days later, I got the call and she told me it was melanoma and I had to go to surgery. So I did that. A couple weeks out, it happened really fast. I guess I had a pretty invasive, it was bleeding for a couple months. So it was a 3-inch diameter removed. And so I have a nice, beautiful 9-inch scar on my side. It's nice and curvy, so I'm good with it.
Hey, way to stay positive. I appreciate that.
Right. You got to.
You're right.
But yeah, the surgery. And then since it was actively bleeding, we thought that there could be a chance that I could have it. They did check my lymph nodes and those were negative, but we went ahead and started an immunotherapy and I did the drug Keytruda and it was every 3 weeks for 1 year. I would go and get injections. So fortunately, my last one was last August. And so
Congratulations.
yes, I'm now in limbo for 8 months.
Meaning you don't do any follow-ups or you're
I do. I go every 3 months, and then
okay.
every 6 months I get a CAT scan.
Okay.
But I do see my derm every 3 months and my oncologist. But no, the limbo is that after treatment feeling where you're just like, okay, I'm not continually monitored. I'm not going in for the treatment. I don't know who I am, where I am in my life, So it's just kind of like an open-ended time, I guess.
Yeah. Tell me more about that. How are you coping with that?
Yeah, it's been interesting because I didn't know that this was something. I've I've actually found it. There's books called Dancing in Limbo, and
Really?
there, oh yeah, there's a lot of people that I've found in the cancer community that are also experiencing the same. It's just kind of like you're constantly monitored. You're constantly going in for those treatments, and they ask you all those questions. Do you have headaches? Do you have inflammation? Do you have, all those things? And they test your blood, and you know exactly where you are
Hmm.
on that health wise, and then it's gone. And then there's kind of a fear that sets in. It's
Wow.
like, I don't know how I'm doing. And I know I'm okay, but then you start to panic, oh no,
Right.
there's a new beauty mark, or, oh, I've got a cough. And,
Right.
but
That's interesting. I don't think I've thought of it that way. You don't have those constant metrics. You don't have somebody
hmm
asking you all those questions. And so
hmm
there you are in limbo.
yeah.
How did your treatment, your immunotherapy, recovering from surgery, did all of that affect you physically?
Yeah. Physically, with the surgery, it was tough because it was on my
Mm.
torso. So I think it
Yeah.
was 4 months out that I actually started back with yoga. I found
Wow.
Yeah, I found this wonderful group, Be Well Therapy. It's a
Mm.
nonprofit that does yoga classes for survivors, and they
Oh, awesome.
modify their classes. Yeah, and so I started with chair yoga, and then I've been doing the floor yoga. But yeah, it was a nice, easy way to jump back. But so that was from the surgery, and the surgery, once that was over, it was like, okay, that's done. Um, but the treatment was difficult because um, immunotherapy is fairly new, so the doctors don't have an answer to a lot of questions like how long is this side effect going to last, what kind of side effects am I going to get, because it's different for everyone. But
Mm.
I definitely got fatigue, which is across the span normal.
Yeah.
I still suffer from fatigue. That's hard, but skin autoimmune deficiencies. So I have a rash that I'm affected by. I'm photosensitive. I'm heat sensitive. So hot water going out in the sun burns me really quick.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah. Um, let's see, there's my stomach. I couldn't eat well during treatment. It
Mm.
just, I don't know if it was inflammation or what. We did research and we tried to figure out what was wrong, if I had ulcers or whatnot, but there was no signs of anything, but just a side effect of the treatment. So I currently cannot eat more than half a cup serving at a time. It's made me lose a lot of weight,
I bet.
which on the positive side, there's benefit there. I like being skinny, but I did not like being malnourished.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Do you think that the yoga, going back to the Be Well, I'm
hmm
sure that helped you physically. Do you think that helped you mentally and emotionally as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's something about being outside of my home, because I
Mm.
actually tended to stay inside a lot. And if it wasn't for my dog, thank goodness for my dog,
Yeah.
I needed to take him out. And so I'd get some air, but I was home so much that I wasn't around people, and I needed community. I
Mm.
was going through like a depressive state with all of the cancer reality, the not feeling good, the scary thoughts. For me, being melanoma, it was the sun was my
Yeah.
nemesis, and
Well,
that's
yeah.
everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. So going to Be Well was my first step. And
Yeah.
I love them so much. They were so gentle, and everybody was so kind. And so emotionally, I felt, that I wasn't alone anymore, and I had
Yeah.
somebody that I could talk to. And I realized that, wow, I need to talk.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope you enjoy this episode of our Campfires of Hope podcast. Here at Epic Experience, we make it our goal to serve the cancer community through our collective programs such as this podcast, our week-long adventure camps, regional programs across the country, and Thrive VR, a custom virtual reality experience benefiting patients in cancer centers. If you would like to be a part of our community of supporters, please go to epicexperience.org and click Donate. Thank you for listening to Campfires of Hope, Stories of Cancer. With gratitude, Wingman, also known as Colin Farrell, Executive Director of Epic Experience. Epic Experience is a registered 501c3 organization.
Did you look for others? When you were in this limbo, feeling alone, did you look for other sources of help besides Be Well? And
Oh,
what did you find
absolutely.
when you were out there?
Get ready. I've got a long list. I think the first thing that was important is that I knew I needed help. So I had
Yeah,
to go out and get it. Being home, being with myself 24/7, I felt very alone. Even though my family was there,
right.
friends were there, I did have people around me caring and doing what they could. Um, it's always hard to realize, they're not in my head, they're not in my reality, so they don't know how I'm feeling or what I need. So I had to ask. I had to go out myself and find the things that I needed to make myself better. So Be Well was one of them. And
Mhm.
then through my cancer clinic, my oncologist would refer my social worker from there,
Mhm.
which then I got into group therapy. So
Mm.
nice, so good.
With all melanoma or all different kinds of cancer?
It was all different. So it was
Good.
stages 0 to
Yeah.
3. I'm under 50, so that was
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah.
They try to corral you with people that are similar, but it's so
Right.
difficult. There's so many different types and scenarios of cancer.
Yeah.
But group therapy I started. I did a mindfulness class through
Mhm.
my health coverage, and
Mhm.
nutrition classes, because my stomach was so
Right.
affected, and I needed to make sure that I was getting the best nutrients I could. Um, but I did uh, this program in at the YMCA. It's called Live Strong, and they are a program where they pull together 12 survivors. I think they've increased their number now. It's national.
Mhm.
So anybody with a YMCA nearby can try to join. But it is a program that helps strengthen you, teaching you modified exercise routines from their program. So, like, they have yoga classes, they have Tai Chi classes, they have bar classes and balancing classes. And so, throughout the program, they teach you how to modify those yourself. So
That's
that was
great.
great. Yeah, it was like the first thing was, it's a community,
Mhm.
and we talked to each other, and we got to do the strengthening together and grow together, and
Yeah.
not just the body, the physical part, but the mental part was there too.
Mhm.
So Live Strong was really great. I did Immerman Angels.
Mhm.
They have that
Yep.
program where they set you up with a mentor. And I kid you not, I am 49. I have 3 kids. And they set me up with another like 49-year-old that has 3 kids and went through
Really?
melanoma, but she went 6 years ago. So it was really great. There were differences, but it was so nice to talk to somebody that was so
So similar and
similar.
yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I did this program. It's called Anti-Cancer Living Program,
Hmm.
and I was actually part of the first pilot. But they're since then, I think they've done their second program. Fantastic. They go
Mm.
through parts of living, like fitness, uh, your environment, your diet, your mindfulness, and they
Mhm.
give you tools on how to better all of those. So, like your environment, there's so many toxins in the air,
Yeah.
so bad for us. so bad
Right.
for anybody. There's so many toxins in foods. So they gave us a lot of tools, used experts, and put us in a group again. So there I was.
There's a theme. I'm sensing a
Yeah,
theme.
yeah. And I had to go for 9 weeks. And so I got to know this group very well. And we're
Yeah.
still in connection with each other. We Zoom every month or every 2 weeks.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah.
Well, and I'm guessing somewhere along the line you heard about Epic Experience. So how did you hear about Epic?
Yes, yes, that's another one of my groups. Well, my search for supportive communities, I found Epic online
Yeah.
and I saw that they had the camps. And so I applied and I was just, crossing my fingers, but doubtful that it would ever happen. And they started their regional programs. And so I signed up for one nearby and I got to go sailing in Dana Point
Oh,
with 40 other survivors and their caregivers. And that was cool because the caregivers got to go.
yeah.
And after the whole sailing experience, which was great, we went to pizza. And I guess it was like a campfire meeting that I had no idea what this was about because I hadn't gone to camp.
Right.
But the everybody was asked to talk, share your story. How are you doing? And the caregivers got to talk.
Oh,
And my husband, for the first time, he never thought he had a role, a place, that it wasn't about him. It was always about me.
yeah.
And he felt so supported, you
That's
know?
great.
Yeah. And I thought, wow, this company knows they've got a great thing going on. They know what they're doing.
That's a really unique part of those regional events is having the caregivers because a lot of times they don't feel like it's their place to talk, right? Because we're the
Yeah,
ones who are going through it all, but they're going through it with us. So I'm so glad he
exactly.
was with you and had an opportunity to talk. So tell me about Epic. What were your expectations going there? Did you have any, first of all?
I had no idea. I saw pictures because I follow them on their social media. I love their Facebook posts. I love their Instagram posts. And I saw pictures of, since I went in the winter,
Mhm.
I got to see, something to expect was what to
Right,
wear because I'm from
right.
Southern California and the
So that was
snow is
very
not
helpful.
something. Exactly. So yeah, I just was hopeful because I was at this point where I really needed help. I had a moment where, my treatment ended and then I got a call from my doctor and they left a message from the oncologist, said something and it triggered me and I had an
Mm,
anxiety attack and I
mm,
just broke down and I at that point realized that, ooh, I've got so much to deal with still.
yeah,
I did not, the whole process went so fast that
yeah.
I didn't really think about and process everything. So when I went to Epic, I was like really hopeful that I would get to talk. I would get to process what happened to me.
And did you?
Oh, I did. Yeah. It was so safe there. It
Yeah.
was like Mama Lou was there and I got to be taken care of and everybody you were there and everybody that helped that volunteered has experience with the camp with
Mhm,
the cancer,
mhm.
with the struggle. And so it was like, I just got to go there, that you guys put this nice warm blanket over my shoulders and said, come on in, honey. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I just got to open up and talk. I got to laugh so much.
Yes.
I hadn't had that much fun in so long. I've always been like, okay, what's next? What's next? Let's and worry and making sure that my kids are taken care of on my house and my job and I got to just let go of all that. I left
Yeah.
my phone in the cabin
Yep.
and I put my ski bibs on and I got to walk in this freezing cold and which was great. And I
Yeah.
thought, of all the times I couldn't go to summer camp. It
Yeah.
wasn't right for me. So this winter camp was perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Laughter is one of the things I remember too until my
Mhm.
sides hurt. I mean, it is, which is I don't know, some people might find that odd. Here you are, you're at cancer camp. You all have cancer. You've all been through chemo, and yet we're laughing our heads off about the very thing, being bald or whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all the was it chemo brain jokes?
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know, it's like,
Yeah.
yes, we can laugh about this because it is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. It is.
Yeah.
So what did you take home that you have
Mm.
now incorporated into your life back in California?
Um, I kind of try to leave my phone and I try to live in the now.
Mhm.
Definitely talk more, and I let my feelings out and I let
Yeah.
everyone around me know whether they want it or not, you know? So I definitely push my limits physically too, because I learned
Yeah.
at camp that I
Yep.
can definitely do more than I think I can. I've been so afraid with my fatigue that, oh, I can't walk that far. But no, I can. I can push myself a little bit further, you know. And
Yep.
so I've been doing that. And there's something that happens at camp. It's you don't know what you're doing the next day. So every day is just kind of like a surprise. And I realized that I haven't been surprised in my life for a long time, since maybe
Yeah.
I was a kid. And so how cool that was to not know
Mhm.
what was going on and then just be pleasantly surprised. So I try to do that with my family.
Oh,
I
that's
try to do
amazing.
that. And another thing that I've taken away from camp is that positive side of me that I lost.
Yeah.
I'm more positive.
Yeah.
Definitely see the brighter side.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that comes from being around other people in the same situation, laughing about the things, because when we're in our own heads, that can be a very dark and downward spiraling place. So I'm glad
Exactly.
you have recovered the positivity. That's great. Is there anything else you would want to share with someone listening, whether it's a survivor or a caregiver?
Absolutely. Skin cancer, check yourself. If you
Hmm.
find something that's changed or different or bleeding, call your dermatologist, get checked. Don't wait.
Yeah.
It's better not to. Um, in regards to mental health, talk.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to people. They're everybody around you loves you. They will listen if you just um, talk and find your own community. And unfortunately, I discovered that I have to find it myself.
Hmm.
So, if you're in need of help, go look. Don't suffer anymore.
Yeah.
And then my last bit of advice is Epic Experience is amazing. And everybody needs to start supporting them because they are uplifting and saving lives every day.
Well, thank you. I felt the same way, which is why I'm now doing this podcast. So, well, thank you so much. I have one more very important
Mm.
question. Marshmallows over a campfire, slow and steady or flame and crispy?
Oh man, I'm a slow and steady. Definitely.
Keep it nice and evenly browned. Yep,
Hot and gooey.
definitely. Well, Jana Starshine, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciated having you with us and sharing what you learned about seeking out that community and those opportunities to talk. I really appreciate you sharing that.
Thank
And
you. And
until,
thank you so much for having me.
oh, yes, it is a pleasure. So until the next time we gather around the campfire, keep living beyond cancer. Thank you for listening to this episode of Campfires of Hope, Living Beyond Cancer. For more information about Epic Experience and our programs, or to donate, please visit our website at epicexperience.org. Music for this podcast is provided by Moonshiner Collective. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review us so we can share our story with more people. Also, be sure to subscribe wherever you get podcasts so you'll know when new episodes are released. We hope you come back and join us for our next episode.
Father time